Hi everybody, I'm back in New York City from Las Vegas. I wanted to give you an update on the last 2 days of CES, days 3 and 4 of what I saw. First of all, I was there reporting for Make, so check out makescene.com for all the coverage there. This is all the news of CES that would be important to makers. Check out, I had a hands-on with Kubelets, the modular robotic system. They have a new Bluetooth module that I thought was pretty neat and like a little Lego adapter for their system. Speaking of Lego and robotics, they were showing off, Lego was showing off Mindstorms, the new version of Mindstorms that's coming out, I think by the end of the year, so check out the coverage on makescene.com for that. I got to check out Leap Motion, you know, that hand controller. So if you've seen the video, it looks pretty amazing where you can hold your hand out and control things on your computer as a new human input device. But, it looks good, and when I tried it, it actually works better than expected. I had really low expectations. Not really low expectations, but I was a little bit skeptical of how well it would work. It actually works really, really well. So I interviewed someone from Leap Motion, and check out that interview on makescene.com. I want to talk a little bit about some of the booths I saw. Now, if I weren't such a tech geek, if I wasn't so passionate about technology, I would have all these other passions. I'd have time for other passions. So, for instance, like aviation. I'm into that for some reason. I don't know why. I'm also into exhibition design. So that was really cool to be at CES to see these big exhibits and see these big booths, and I was kind of blown away by what some of them did. So I want to show you some cool things that I saw, some cool booths, and what I liked about them. So let's take a look here. So I'm going to start here with LG's booth. They had this enormous 3D screen. LG was actually one of the few companies showing 3D stuff. I thought it was funny these OLED TVs were being guarded really heavily. I don't know why. Sharp's booth had beautiful lighting, I thought. I love the color, I love the fixture up there. Otherwise, it was a bit of a television showroom. My favorite booth was Samsung's booth. This one, when you entered it, you really felt like you were entering Samsung's world. They used sound and light and projection really, really well. And speaking of projection, they had it was almost 360-degree projection that was seamless across the whole thing with some just beautiful visualizations going on up there. I really liked that a lot. There were some parts I didn't like about it. They had this kind of sales guy up at the front talking about LG products. Samsung products. That was a little weird. When you walk over into one of the side rooms, you have what looks like a bit of an Apple store going on. Really nice showroom for their cell phones and a few other products. I really liked it a lot over here. And here's the other entrance, the Samsung booth. They had their 4K televisions on display. The Sony booth looked a lot like Samsung's booth with a big wraparound projection, but it was a little too expansive. It didn't really feel the way Samsung's did. The Polaroid booth looked pretty good. I liked it a lot. They had some nice projections going on up top with these sliding photos that were put at really interesting angles. But what I liked the most was the detail. The display shelves had this nice wooden look to it that I liked a lot. Audi's booth. Wow, someone told me to put on a pair of sunglasses when I went to check this one out. This was an enormous black box, and when you walked in, it was so bright. You really did have to squint when you walked in. And my camera kind of went on auto exposure mode and lowered the exposure so we could actually see what was going on. It was quite amazing. And it was a big crowd there. This one was a really, really popular booth. And actually, they were showing some pretty cool stuff here also. I want to take you off into one of these side rooms they have here. In this side room, which was actually totally dark, it was a black box inside here. They had some neat stuff to show. First, these taillights. I don't know, animated taillights. I don't know if that's at all practical, but I thought those looked pretty good. This is a high beam that actually is selective. It avoids other drivers, so you don't have to turn your high beams off. I thought that was pretty cool. And then when you walk out of one of those dark rooms, your eyes, you got to give them some time to adjust. So those are some of my favorite booths at CES. I also made my way over to the International Gateway at CES, where they have smaller vendors that are from outside the United States, mostly China, that are selling components or products, and they're looking mostly for distributors or buyers, but it was cool to walk around there. First of all, the maker in me loved all the components. Here's a whole display of panel meters, and I love panel meters, so it was nice to see such a huge selection of them. This is a company that sells LEDs and LED displays. They had this whole briefcase system to display them. I thought that was pretty cool. And here's a company that sells OLED buttons. I liked those buttons a lot. I think I've seen those other places, and those would be really cool to work into a project. I hope we'll see our local electronics vendors selling those soon. I think actually some do. I'll have to check on that. Multimeters, a lot of big whole display of different kinds of multimeters and test equipment and scopes. It was cool to see all those tools. Then there was some weird stuff too, some stuff that you wouldn't expect to see. This is a communal pizza oven kind of thing. I guess this works like fondue or raclette, where you put it in the middle of the table and everyone builds their own little pizza and they put it in this little pizza oven thing. I just thought that was really weird. And then there's the cell phone glove. It's actually a Bluetooth glove. It has a speaker on the thumb and a microphone in the pinky, so that you can use the glove and talk on the phone like you're holding your hand up like this, hello, you know. So I thought that was pretty funny. I saw a couple different vendors selling that. Clever idea. And this has to win the award for the weirdest thing I saw. This is an electric rolling machine for rolling cigarettes. I guess you put some tobacco in and some rolling papers, and you've got your own little cigarette factory right there. Who knew? Anyway, that's it for me and CES coverage. I hope you like seeing it. I hope you like the videos and the coverage on makescene.com. I hope to be able to go to CES in 2014 because it was so much fun. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.